Let's change the date. So quiz will be on April 29th, Wednesday in class. Not 28th. So not tomorrow, it's going to be on Wednesday. And it's going to be a quiz for sure, not an exit ticket. So it will be with 2 multipliers. Be mindful on that one. And topic will be whatever we're going to do up to tomorrow, not until Monday, it's going to be until Tuesday. So saying that, it will be everything on exponential. Question? All right. Let's check the work that you did for the do now. Let's go to that one. We're going to need this one for today's class. We need to have a solid idea about how to simplify the radicals. That's what we're going to use for this one. Also, that's what we're going to use for solving the equations. Now, even though you have the big calculators, it won't help you because it's going to have, most of the time, it's going to have a variable. So if you have a variable, there is an exponent on top of it. You cannot put it in the calculator. That's not going to give anything for you. And that cannot solve the equations for you either. So be mindful on that one. You need to have solid idea about how to solve them. This one over here, 3 to the power 4. How do you do 3 to the power 4? What do you do for it? So it's going to be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. It's going to be, what's the value? 81. 15 to the power 0 is going to be? 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1. Be mindful on that one. Fractions versus exponents. So 1/3 cube. How do I break it down? And the value is going to be 1/27. The negative power, we know that whenever you have a negative power, what do? You just make it a fraction. All right, so it's going to become 1/5 square. It means it's going to be 1/5 times of 1/5. What's the value? Thank you. Now, this one over here, please pay attention. We have a fraction, and top of it, we have a negative power. So, whenever we have a negative power, always what do? We make it a regular fraction, right? We put it 1/. This one already have a fraction. Let me show you how to break it down. Because of this negative power, we are going to have a 1/. Now, 1/, has another 1/3 to the power 3, correct? Am I doing it correctly? Because of the negative power, I put a 1. Over, whatever I have, that's going to become. We good? All right. Now, this is fraction over a fraction. So, keep, change, flip, correct? So, I have keep it as it is. Or we can just simplify the power as well. 1/3 cube is going to be what? 1/27. Is everybody following? Is everybody following? No? Okay. Now I have keep, change to a multiplication, and flip it to 27/1. So it becomes a regular number. So if you have a fraction and on top of it you have a negative, that fraction becomes a whole number. We good? All right, great. 16 to the power 1/2. 1/2 is what? Square root. Square root of 16 was the value. All right. Pay attention to this one, the last one that we have. Now again, the same thing over here, but we have a negative power. Also, we have a fraction power. We know if you have a fraction over here, 1/2 is what? Square root. 1/3 is what? Cube root. So if I don't have this negative, it's going to become a cube root. Are we clear on that one? Let's break it down over here. So 1/4 to the power negative 1/3. Pay attention first, then I'm going to give you time to write it down. We said that if I have a fraction and a negative, they cancel each other and it becomes a whole number, correct? We good on to that one? Great. So it's going to become 4 to the power 1/3. Are we good up to here? Give me a thumbs up. We good? Alright, great. So now 1/3 will be what power? Say it again. Cube root. Cube root of 4. That's it. This is just the concept that you really need to have a solid idea about it. Exponential and logarithmic, you really need to have solid idea. Let's write down all the rules that we did over here so we can have them handy over here. Rule number 1, if you have anything to the power x to the power 1/2, it's going to be square root of x. If you have x to the power 1/3, it's going to be cube root of x. If you have x to the power 1/4, it's going to be 4th root of x. So anything, if it is power is a fraction, you make it as a root and put it over there. We good on this one? Now the next type of rule is going to be for the negatives. So if you have x to the power -2, it's going to become, what can we write for it? 1 over x squared. If I have 1 over x to the power -2, what happens to this one? X to the power of 2. All the negative goes away. The fraction becomes a whole number. We good? All right. The last type of rule, we haven't done that yet, but if you have, okay, let me give that one later when we are going to work on that one. I don't want to overcrowd your head right now. Let's look at this one first. Go back one page. So you were doing it, go back one page. So exponential growth and decay function using the technology, you really don't need any technology to do it. You're trying to find the equation of this one. Okay, the equation is going to be y is equal to ab to the power x, where a is going to be the initial value, b is going to be the ratio, and ratio will be always second minus first, third minus second, and so forth and so on. Not the minus, sorry, division. This is a division, I'm sorry. So second divided by first, third divided by second, so it's a division. It's ratio, so it's not. All right, now let's say this one. Let's look at number 1. So here, let's divide. 10 divided by 5 is going to be, again, you have to check each one of them. Sometimes it happens if there are 8 values given for you, all 7 of them are matching, the last one is not. So you need to check each one of them. Every ratio has to be exactly same. If one of them is not matching, it cannot be an exponential function. All right. Now this one, 20 divided by 10 is going to be 2 again. 40 divided by 20, it's going to be 2 again. So what is my A value here? 5. What is my B value? 2. Let's write the equation. Y is going to be equal to 5, 2 to the power x. That's it. Plain and simple. Question? Confusion anywhere? All right, do number 2 and 3. I'm giving you a minute. All right, so for this one, the answer is going to be y equal to 2, 0.5 to the power x. You can keep it as fraction, you can keep it as decimal, really doesn't matter. It all depends on how the answer choice is given for you. You have to pick that one. Make sure you just check all the answer choices, that's it. And this one will be y equal to 4, 3 to the power x. All right. Let's look at the simplifying over here. I'm more interested on that one. So go ahead. Do number 1 through 18. These are all the simplification that we just talked about. I'm going to work on number 19, 20, and 21. Go ahead, do number 1 through 18. I'm giving you 7 minutes. It should not take that long. Let's look at number 19. So over here, it's a fraction. Then we have a radical with the power 3 over here, and then we have another power over here. Let me make it a little bigger. Please pay attention to this one. I really need you to understand the process properly for this one. So here, 1 over, that's not a problem though, for 1 over. So this is we're gonna break it down. Now since I have cube root of this one, how can I break it down as a power? What can I write it as a power? 1 over 3. So x to the power 4 is gonna stay as it is. And then on top of it, we're gonna have a 1 over 3 power. Is everybody good with it? Okay. Now a power over a power, it's going to be multiplied with each other. Always the power over a power, only the powers will be multiplied with each other. So 4 times 1 over 3, what do we get? 4 over 3. So it's going to be 1 over x to the power 4 over 3. Are we good up to here? That's a rule. Power over a power, powers will be multiplied with each other. And now, since I have 1 over something, so how can I make it a regular one? Not the fraction anymore. If you have a fraction, if you have a regular and then a negative power, you make it a fraction. So now I have a fraction. How can I make it a regular one? Not a fraction anymore. What happens to the power? Negative. So it's going to be x to the power negative 4 over 3. That's my answer. We're just combining all the rules together now. Okay. Now let's look at number 20. Let's write down this rule over here where we were writing all our rules. This is the rule that I wanted to tell you, but I said, okay, let me wait a little bit. I really don't want to overcrowd your head right now. So, the power on a power so you multiply. Let me give you an example. So x to the power 3 and then 1 over 4, it's going to be x to the power 3 over 4. I just wanted to mean that. Doesn't look like a power though. It seems like I wrote it on the side. Okay, we good? Let's look at the next one. Number 20. The base is same. Both of them have power and they are divided with each other. What do we do? If we have a division, what happens to the power? We did it before. Subtract. We subtract the powers. So here, we're going to subtract the power, x to the power 6 over 7 minus 4. It's a whole number. We can make it a fraction. Let's make it a fraction. I'm subtracting over here just to show you, break it down. So I have 6 over 7 minus 4 over 1. We have to bring it under the same denominator. So we're going to make it modified a butterfly. So let's multiply 6 with 1 and 7 with 4. And then at the bottom, we're going to multiply 7 and 1. Let's do it. 6 times 1 is going to be 6 minus 4 times 7 is going to be 28 over 7 times 1 is going to be 7. What do we get on the top? Huh? Negative 22 over a 7. That's your value over here. So it's going to be x to the power negative 22 over a 7. That's your answer. Do the next one by yourself. 21. I'm giving you a minute. What are you going to do for this one? I cannot see any power over here. What's the power for x? 1. All right. Let's put a 1 power and simplify. Give me the answer. I'm giving you 30 seconds. It should not take more than that. Go ahead, do it. All right, so if you subtract this one, it's going to be x to the power 3 over 5. That's going to be your answer. What happens if they're multiplied? I have same base, same base, and the base is multiplied. What do we do with the power at that time? Add them. So if it is a division, you subtract the powers. If it is a multiplication, you just add the powers. Okay. You are going to go to your practice paper. Go to the practice. Let me show you what we're going to work on now. We already did up to exponential in real world. We're going to work on the exponential growth and decay. So there are 7 problems over here, and then you're going to do the simplifying exponential. I really need you to have a real good understanding for this one. So tomorrow's class you can apply that one, because we're going to solve the equation. We need to simplify all the variables. So if you are stuck on something, don't just keep it under the rug and move on. I really need you to understand it so you can move forward tomorrow, and the quiz is great. All right. Any questions? Okay, go ahead, finish this one, bring it to me. I'm going to stamp it now. It needs to be done now, not wait. All right, go ahead.